So how are we doing, guys, and welcome to a brand new series, and we're here back in Navezgane. So we're going to teach you how to play 7 Days to Die. Now, one great thing about starting in Navezgane is the fact that you always start by an abandoned car and a small POI. So that always happens. The other great thing about Navezgane is that we know the map. There are plenty of images of the map out on the internet. And what a great start. We've already got ourselves a bone knife and a baseball cap. We'll wear the baseball cap. So what we're going to do is take you through the beginning quests and then take you through the first 7 days and how we're going to get you sorted and set up, ready for Horde Night, and how we're going to survive that. And then we'll continue the series on and we'll go into a little bit more advanced gameplay. Not too advanced because I'm not too good at that. But we'll see how far we get. And the first thing we need to do is just punch up a load of grass. Now, those ones there that I've just hit, those twigs, they give you some wood. So rather than beating on a tree, you're better off just looking for a few of those twigs and hitting those up. So top right hand corner, first thing is we make a bedroll. So we're going to craft that up. Got ourselves a little boar over there. Now those things are vicious, so we're going to leave them well alone to begin with. Bring him down to our hotbar. And then place him down the floor. Now, I pick him straight back up because we don't know that this is where we're going to want to start to begin with. Now, when you first start, you go onto your map. This little area here is going to be zombie free to begin with to get yourself started. So, I always suggest try and stay in this area. Now, we're going to need to find ourselves some small stones. We'll try not to venture too far. Right, there's one. One more of those. We need another twig. Where can we get some more wood from? Ah, there we go. There's another twig. There we go. And one more stone. Piece of coal there. Where are all these stones? Ah, there we go. Oh, we got our first bird's nest. We're going to need that in a minute. Oh, some feathers and an egg. So these things are vicious, but they will leave you alone. You leave them alone, they will leave you alone. Ah, there we go. Right. Now we're sorted. Now we need to make ourselves our stone axe. This will be your best friend to begin with. He is rather slow, but now we can actually start getting ourselves some decent amounts of things. We can go straight over here and start beating on a tree, and that'll sort us out for wood. Next up, making ourselves some clothes. Get them crafting up while we're knocking this tree down. So the stone axe isn't the most powerful thing in the world, but at least we can now start getting decent amounts of wood and stone. Put these on. Now the main reason we're doing these beginning quests is it will give us 4 skill points to start. We can put straight into our character. So that's the main reason we're doing these. Potassium nitrate down here, we'll go through that a little bit later on. Wooden club, so our first protective item. Don't need to be carrying seeds around at the moment, and we'll put him there. More rubbish up here. I loot absolutely everything at the beginning of the game because we need oil. And we get things like this. So we've got Art of Mining Volume 4. We'll go through the books in a minute. So here we can make super strong coffee. It'll help us mine for longer. Right. get the worst bow in the world, the primitive bow, and we're only going to get one arrow because this bow absolutely sucks. So we're just going to get it just to do the quest. Right, we now need to craft ourselves a few of these frames. We'll do that. We are going to need some more stone, so... Is there a boulder about? On top of the hill, found ourselves a little boulder, and I'm going to knock this up, just get ourselves a bit of stone. To repair our stone axe in the beginning, we just need stone. One piece of stone will repair it back to full health, so I'm just getting myself a bit of this just to get ourselves started up. There we go. So we've made our wooden frames. And this is how you build everything. 7 Days to Die is like a block game. So everything is made in blocks. And we can take our wooden axe, right click that, and upgrade it. And there we go. So we now have our first frame block here, which was part of the quest. And the last part of the quest is just to make a campfire. So we'll put that down into our hotbar. You can shift click, just press shift and right click that and it'll bring it all instantly down to your hotbar, and we have a campfire done. So we've now got our first 4 points, and it will also show us where our closest trader is as well, which is 908 meters. So we'll be going to that very shortly. So we now have our first 4 skill points. Now I always put this at the beginning of the game, pretty standard, into Lucky Looter to help us out. And then I look into Pummel Peak because I really like using the clubs and the baseball bat. That's what we'll be going for. Go into the Fortitude tree and Rule 1 cardio because we're going to be doing a lot of running to begin with and we don't want to get out of breath too fast. And healing factor. This gives you 1 hit point back every 60 seconds. So it means overnight, if we're just cowarding away, we will regain our full strength back. So, let's get into a bit of looting. Like I say, in Navezgane, you always start next to a car, some trash, and then a small POI. So, look like there's anything in there. So let's have a little look at this POI. Wakey wakey, anybody want to come out? I hear some people. We've got this little destroyed house here. Now we are going to take that couch apart because we do want some cloth. Looks like the floor light's breaking out here, and there we go, there's our first victim. Now, we're not going to mess about with him, we'll bring him outside. I think these white panels here are the ones that are going to fall apart. Knock you down. Ooh, that's not bad for our first kill. We got a loot bag instantly. Ooh, so nerdy glasses. There's different eyewear that you can wear in the game, and these ones are going to give us +1 intellect. So, and give us extra XP when we kill somebody. So we'll wear those. Go through the vitamins in a second. Dukes, these are our coins, our casino coins. That's what we can trade with. That's the currency in the game. Right, so we want to get to that couch because we want some cloth so we can make some standard bandages. If we bleed or anything like that, we just want some standard bandages. This one will give us first aid at the same time. To begin with, we just want something to stop us from bleeding. He was hiding out in the toilet. So pretty much everything in the game is lootable. Ooh, ourselves a couple of splints in case we break our legs. Make our way upstairs. Got a medical pile over here. So we've got a steroid. So steroids are very good if you're fully encumbered. So if you're in these areas here, that will give you full unencumbrance. So we've got capacity +50. So we'll be absolutely fine if we're fully encumbered and need to run somewhere over night time. So that is our first POI. Looks very small. Oh, we have got a kitchen over here. Painkiller, that will help us if we get too hurt. Glass jars. Right, hopefully this will give us a cooking pot, because we need a cooking pot at the beginning of the game. That's just giving us some scrap iron. What have we got here? Oh, we've actually got a level 2 wrench. That's very nice. Search the cupboards, and we've got some more spare food. Right, that is now the first POI. So we're going to head off towards the trader. So if you look at the mini map, so we're going to get that cloth first. I try and always keep 10 bandages on my hotbar because, as you've seen, I like to get hit. I always pick up the wooden chairs just for some spare wood. So we'll scrap that. This note is not needed at the beginning of the game. The land claim block isn't needed straight away. I'll go through what that does a little bit later on. We'll bring a few things down onto our hotbar. We're not being encumbered at all. And let's make our way over to the first trader. So that is that yellow exclamation point on the mini map you can see at the top. So we're going to head in that direction. So that's not a bad find at all. So you will find random purses, backpacks, trash out in the background. This old cash we can sell at the trader in a minute, and honey can cure us for anything up to 5% of infection. So if you see anything out in the wilderness, make sure that you always loot it. Oh, we've got OP here. He's going to take forever to kill with our little wooden club. Come on, down you go. Very weak at the beginning of the game. So Navezgane has changed quite a bit. I haven't played this since... I haven't played Navezgane since Alpha 14. We've had a few issues recently with random gen maps, so I'm going to go for a little swim here. So we're not too far from the trader now. Oh, we got ourselves another zombie here. Build up some stamina again. There's another POI just to the right of us. So once I've sorted this guy out, oh, we've upset him. Now you can, if you annoy the zombies, you can enrage them like that, so they start running at you. So we're actually going to use one of our standard bandages now, because you can see the bottom right hand corner down here. We needed to get this grey bar where it was black. We would never heal up to full strength. So now we've done that, we can go back up to 100. And every 60 seconds, that hit point will go back up. So let's try and not get hit too often. Let's check out this place and see what it has to offer. Scrap polymers. Door is locked. Spare gas barrel. Right, we've got another zombie over there, so we want to sort him out. And it looks like we go in through the basement. So we don't want you sneaking up behind us, so let's sort you out. There we go. So we're going to get... Oh, we've got a workbench here as well. Is this working? Destroy workbench. Now, this is the best thing we can find at the beginning of the game, because every time you find a destroyed workbench, a forge, chemistry station, anything like that, you have a 25% chance of it dropping the schematic so you can build your own. So that is very, very useful. So rather than us having to come back to here to use the workbench, we can just build our own. We've got a guy sleeping there. That's the thing with a bow and arrow not being very good. Now he'll hear us. as soon as we walk over that rubbish. But trying to get rid of it, he heard us anyway. Me and my big clumsy feet. Right, come on. There we go. Popped our first head. Any more gas for us? Yep, 185. Up the stairs we go. Ooh, yeah. Now those closets there we call zombie closets because quite often there's a zombie hiding in them. Now, fighting on the stairs is not the most advised thing in the world. There we go. So always wait till you see the XP in the bottom right hand corner. That means you know you've killed the zombie then. Ooh, any clothes for us? Yes, right. So we've got ourselves a college jacket. We're going to wear that. So if you go into your character menu here, you can see what you're wearing. So we've still got the plant fibre shirt. We've got this jacket on top. So we are going to scrap this and scrap this as we're not going to be using them. We do not need to be carrying around one lead or the blood at the moment, the blood bags. Plant fibre we can get from everywhere. And we do not need one paper. Right, so I'm just clearing out my inventory a little bit so we don't become too encumbered. Oh, there is a little plug here. So keep an eye out for these as well. They'll have some hidden loot inside them. Right, so we got ourselves some more zombie closets over there. So I'm going to come in here, grab a few of these chairs. I do this not only for the free wood, but it also clears out the area. So when we do need to fight them, out you come. When we do need to fight people, we just have a bit more room around us. And for the attack, pull yourself back. Come on, take two of you on at a time. And when they're down, there we go. Right, we can get ourselves some more cloth. Now, quite often behind these, there's hidden loot, so always knock up glasses. These blinds in houses will give you plastic. Now, I was telling you about the different eyewear, so if we were to put on the ski goggles, we'd have +1 agility. So that would also be a help. What have we got under the sink? Some cans. When the items are open like this, like the oven and the fridge, it means we can't lose them, unfortunately. There we go, we've got a purse hidden under here. Empty. And a closed cupboard, free. Right, there we go. What have we got? Anybody in here? Nope, just the toilet. And the cupboard is open. Right. Bit more food. And now we go upstairs. I've actually used this house quite a number of times in Alpha 17 as a hall base. It's actually not a bad POI at all. Ooh, another purse. Our first bit of ammo. Now a little bit encumbered. We're going to make another bandage. And we'll scrap up the chairs. There we go. We do not need 5 coal. We'll be selling the cash very shortly to the trader. Right, now the final room, and it has some final loot, but this floor is going to give out. Another way for cloth, curtains. We're going to knock those up. I've woken somebody up. Oh, they were above us. We've got a nurse above us. And you've fallen down. Ideal. We'll deal with you in a minute then. So get these curtains. Got a small ammo pile here. That's not too bad. An iron sledgehammer. I'm not the biggest fan of the the heavy weapons in the game. Now, our wrench, we can wrench up beds. It's good for XP. Gets us some iron, some springs, and some cloth. That's given us 16 cloth, so we can now make our 6 more of these, so we've got a nice 10 down here. Let's have a little look at this loot. This shipping crate here, shotgun messiah crate, we're going to need to knock ourselves into. There we go. Open him up. And we've got a stun baton. Not the biggest fan of the stun baton personally. You're going to fall through the floor again. Yep. Just going to keep on walking around. And what have we got here? So we've got some iron chest armor, so we're going to wear that. A stick of dynamite. Got to be very careful with that. And a magazine extender mod. Okay. So we've got ourselves a few things started. Let's go and take care of that zombie. And then we're just going to go up to the brow of the hill. And that's where our first trader is going to be. Come on, Nursey. Ooh, hello. Where did you come from? I'm not quite sure where you came from. But you have given us a free loot bag. So he did stun me. But he's given me some leg armor. So a fair trade, I feel. So welcome to your first trader. Always make sure you check all the trash. Ourselves a little bunny rabbit coming towards us. And here he is, Trader Joel's. So your trader always has a vending machine in, which resets every day, where you can buy food and drink, and it's much cheaper buying it from him than it is buying it from the trader himself. It will have a forge, sometimes working, sometimes not. This one's broken. Got a campfire, a cement mixer, again, sometimes working, sometimes not. A workbench, this one is working. And a chemistry station. Now, for the idea of this, we're going to pretend that all of these don't work. Because there's no point us playing through the playthrough, you guys come into your game, and we've been using the workbench and the forge in here, and you come and play your first game of 7 Days to Die, and you come into your first trader, and everything's broken. So we're going to pretend that all of those are broken. Now this is a protected zone, so that zombie there can be hitting all day long on this, and that noise you can hear just means that it will never break. But there's always a but. The trader does shut at 10 o'clock at night, so you can't spend your night in here. So there's our trader. Now what you can do though is steal from him. So we're going to go to the bookcase behind him and steal a book. So we've got the Great Heist Volume 4, do 20% more damage to land claim property. So more if you're playing PvP or multiplayer. His till is open. You can loot that and steal his dukes if that's closed. But we're going to talk to him. See if he's got any jobs, and he does. He has some quite close. He's got a fetch only 336 meters away, so we're going to take that. All business. And we're going to have a quick chat to him. We're not going to look through his inventory at the moment because there's not really much that we're going to be able to afford to buy, but we are going to sell him the old cash. So we're going to sell that. That'll get us 30 dukes. We're going to sell him some brass, as we don't really need it straight away. I'm going to sell him those because they're worth 100, and I would rather have the intellect at the moment rather than that. Sell him the stun baton we got. Now, I believe that's 21. If we scrap that and sell him the parts, I believe we'll get more than the 21 dukes. Let's just test that theory. There we go, 30. So a little bit more. And we can't send the final. We send the final? Yeah, there we go. 30 dukes. Stick of dynamite. I'll just blow myself up playing around with that. We'll sell him the oil shell. And we'll just let you have that for free. And most of this I want to keep. I'm going to keep the ammo just in case we get ourselves a decent gun that we can use for it. We're going to scrap the springs, and the rest of this we'll keep or we'll scrap. I don't want to sell him that because it's only worth 43. It'd be very useful if we do get ourselves a gun shortly. So let's head off to this first quest. So we were really lucky at the beginning of the game because we got ourselves one of these bone knives, bone shivs straight away. Now you need 5 bones to make one of these. These gore blocks here will give you a load of bones. That one's actually giving us 5. It doesn't always give you the 5, so it does mean you can actually then onto recipes and make yourself a bone knife. We've already got a level 2 one. It can't be repaired. I am just going to throw those bits out, but I just wanted to quickly show you how you could get yourself a bone knife. And when you're carving up an animal, you get more back from using a bone knife or a hunting knife or a machete than you will by just hitting it with an axe. We're going to scrap up these iron pipes and these springs and just get ourselves a little selection of iron going. We're going to do the cans as well, just so we're not so encumbered. And we're actually going to eat a can of peas. And then we'll scrap that. Right, we're back to not being encumbered. Let's run off to this first quest. Now, our quest is going to be down here somewhere. I'm just going to keep on looting things. You can get some really good things in cars. Is it going to be this bakery? In the top right hand corner it tells us... Ooh, ourselves a deer there. Right, let's sort you out. Again, we don't want you jumping in the back door once we've already started going through our quest. Oh, we're doing well for popping heads. Let's check the dumpster. And there we go, we've got the bouncing exclamation mark. Now, what you can do with quests is you can go through them twice. So we could not activate the quest, go through it, get all the loot, and then go through and do it again. We're not going to do that this time. We're just going to go through it the first time. So you activate the quest and it resets everything in the area. So if we had dug these out using a shovel, they would have resetted and everything would have started again. We're just going to get our way through this. There's our first zombie. Ooh, we're doing well for dropping loot bags. They can, sometimes you won't see those for ages. Oh! Definitely had my Weetabix this morning. There we go. We got ourselves some more ammo. More importantly, we have our first weapon. So we're going to quickly scrap up that can. So we've now got a double barrel shotgun. So make sure we load that up just in case. No point having an unloaded gun and then running into some trouble. Now this is a fetch, which means that we've got a package we need to pick up, and you can see it on the mini-map at the top there, a yellow package and a little arrow, so it is below us somewhere. But we are going to be going through the whole POI. Now, is there going to be somebody hidden in that? Quite often you can have zombies hidden in there. Now, you've always got to follow the lights. The lights will always show you through the POIs which way to go if they're a dungeon style POI like this. This one did used to have a load of vultures. But it is a tier 1 POI, so it shouldn't be too difficult. We've got a guy over there. What we really want is a crossbow, because we would be able to take him out with a crossbow. I never used to be a fan of the crossbow, but we became good friends in the last playthrough. So I'm going to be looking for a crossbow again. There we go. some feathers. We've got a tree going through the building. Follow ourselves around, and it looks like we're going to be going down here. So you always want to check it out first, because you don't want to be falling yourself into a death pit. We've got some loot over here. Jump ourselves over to here. There we go, another first aid bandage and some more food. Now we can get ourselves some free leather from this, which we'll do once we've cleared these. This tree is not really helping, so get away from that. Got ourselves a crawler over there. He's going to be trying to nip my ankles. Ooh, some more leather there. Right, that's it. You help me out, you hit him. And we've just got our first skill point. And there we go. So a little bit tricky with a few of them. These ones here will give us some leather. And we need some leather to make ourselves some extra pockets. Pockets are very useful because it means we can carry more stuff without being encumbered. So knock up a bit of leather. And you can use these sewing kits here. Make yourself a pocket. So we need some duct tape. Everything in the game is made with duct tape. So we can actually make duct tape because we've got some glue. That's another thing you need to keep your bones for as well, to make glue. So we can actually make some duct tape just by using the fabric, cloth fragments, and the glue. So we're going to make 2 of those. And have we got enough stuff to make one of these pockets? There we go, we can craft our first pocket. So this bit of encumbrance here will disappear when we put that onto our clothes. Right, so that's hit up the couches. We've got our pocket mod here. So if we go onto our character, go on to modify, and we can put 1 slot of pocket in there, and there we go, that one's encumbered. So when we find some more of those needle threads, we'll be able to put one on here and put one on here. Into the armor you can put storage mods, which you can get in single, double or triple, but those we've got to find. So let's carry on looting. Ourselves some free drinks, some coffee. Are you going to give us a cooking pot? Ooh, no, but we have got a book here, so we can make chrysanthemum seeds. So we're going to read you. Some more empty jars. And there we go, there's our loot. So if you can see at the top, on the mini-map, it is flashing. So it's nice and easy in this one. Sometimes they can be a bit more of a pig to find. Any more drinks for us? We've got a beer there. Some water. More food. We've got a little food pile here. Go, some more food. Doing very well for food. And there we go. There's a cooking pot. So it could not be easier than that. Now we've completed the quest, we could just leave if we wanted to. It says up there, return to trader 300 meters away. We're not going to do that because when you go through these, like we went through that other house, we've got some end loot here, which is what we definitely want to be going through. So, got ourselves some more honey there. But we've actually completely filled ourselves up. Scrap that. Actually going to make ourselves some more duct tape. Everything in the game is made with duct tape, so the more of it you've got, the better. There we go, and we found ourselves another cooking pot, so we've now got 2. Any medicine for us? There we go, we've got a first aid package here. We're heavily encumbered, we're going to be using that steroid in a minute. Else we'll never make it back to the trader to hand this in. With the cornmeal, right, let's see what we've got in the Shamway crate. Got ourselves a meat stew. That's going to be very nice. I'm going to scrap the can for the iron. Take a few more of those. Now what have we got here? Shotgun Messiah. Oh. So we got ourselves a burning shaft mod. Now I am going to scrap this for the iron because it's not really worth anything to sell. So we're going to scrap him. This burning shaft mod we can actually put onto our club. So if we just put that steroid in there a second, go into our inventory, click modify, and we put him on there. So at the moment it only does 13 damage. We add him to it, straight up to 15. So complete that, and now we're on fire. So we have a burning fire on our club. And what have we got in here? Oh, loads of goodies. So look, we've actually got some silver and some gold we can sell to the trader. We've got a Wasteland Treasures book here. Now plenty of bandages. My secret is here. There we go. And then we've got 2 mods here as well. So we're going to read him instantly. Now we are stupidly encumbered. So we're going to use that steroid. And that should open up all of these. Yep, so now we're not encumbered. We are going to have to eat some food though. That's given us 3 spaces. We just need 1 more. That we can actually... we'll leave that there a second. We won't leave it though. We can modify this. And this does 15% more damage against iron. We'll put him into there. And then we will grab our Gravedigger mod. And that's our first POI complete. Does it give us a way out? So here we go, guys. Back at the trader. Now, our inventory is 100% full. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly use his forge. And we're going to quickly borrow the storage just to put some of our canned food in for a second. There we go. Just empty our storage. Now, we've got another 7 minutes left on that steroid. So we can run freely. Because the last thing you want to do is when he's going to offer us a reward, the last thing we want to do is accept it and then drop it on the counter, because it might end up falling behind, and I have seen that done before. So there we go, an iron fire axe, which is going to be very, very useful. So we want to get iron tools or steel tools as soon as we can. He's going to give us some XP. 330 dukes. So we'll see if he's got any more jobs, which will be ready for tomorrow. We got a buried supplies. We'll go and do that, and I'll show you how they work. I'm going to take our fire axe and put it there. So we have handed it back the crate that we picked up, and we are going to sell him the gold straight away and the silver, as they're no use to us. We may as well get the dukes. We're up to 1700 dukes already, and we've only sold him a few basic things. So we'll have a quick look through his inventory. So you can have a quick little look. He's got some lucky goggles here. They're really good as well. Got some mods. We've got a cowboy hat mod. Some food. Like I say, the vending machine is always cheaper. And then you've got this secret stash at the end. There we go. So it has got a crossbow there, which only 400. Ooh. Only 400 dukes for an iron crossbow. He's got some bolts as well. I'm going to buy that. And how much do you want for the bolts? 45 for 5. $45 will cost us 450. I'm going to buy those.
Safe travels.
And we'll put you in slot number 2. Get you loaded up. There we go. Right, okay. So now we have a way of actually killing some of the animals. Now, this episode has gone really long. Let's get our food back. We can get nearly all of it back. We'll quickly eat cat food. Scrap the can. Grab that one back. Now it's 7 o'clock at night already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back to the house that we've already cleared, which is just down here on the hill. Make sure, go onto your map. Make sure you always right click and save where your traders are. There we go. So we're going to run ourselves down here to the house, put our bedroll down, so we've got ourselves a little bit of a base to get ourselves started, and put a few things away. And we've already got that hidden loot. Right. We'll go back in the front door. I think we should be fairly safe now. So that's where I'm going to leave this first episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. And that is pretty much a perfect day 1 in Navezgane. We didn't die. We've done a quest. We've got ourselves some dukes. Got ourselves our first few weapons. And I'm basically just going to hide out here overnight and then wait till tomorrow, because at 10 o'clock the zombies are going to start running and we have not got the strength really to be dealing with that. So I'm going to make myself a campfire, put my cooking pot in it, but I'll show you that in the next episode. So if you want to continue and follow the series, then please hit that subscribe button. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Take it easy.